What's going on, guys? Back in the wood shop with another video for you guys. Sorry, it's a little loud, it's a little hot, fans are on, but we're gonna give you guys a good video today. So, let's talk real quick about table saws. In particular, about push sticks. This is the most basic project I typically do. It is about making a push stick, which means your little fingers are not in the way of that blade right there. Bad deal. So, how do we make one of these push sticks? Let's check it out. Alright, here's my little setup right here. I have our fancy handy dandy jigsaw here. I also have a piece of wood we are going to use. I have a push stick template. If you don't have a template, I will have a paper version of this posted. It's the same basic steps. Do not worry. We need a blade. And for our little setup, we need a clamp. Just one clamp is going to do fine. Okay? Never forget safety glasses. And let's get to it. I forgot one thing, which is a marker. Let me go grab it. Alright, we're back. Got the marker, got the push stick template, and we're just going to line it up to our board right here. Now, this board is cut a little bit short. It was in my scrap wood pile. We just want to use this on just a basic 1x4 board. You can get like fancier ones online. This is the most basic I found. Essentially, all you want to do is you just want to take your template, paper or wooden real-life template, and trace around that piece. You want to be careful not to kind of you want to be careful not to let go, and look at that. We will have a perfect little board. Just like that. Alright, let's get to the fun stuff. This is a basic Ryobi jigsaw. It has different speed settings. If I'm going to be cutting metal, I'm on 0. If I'm going to be cutting fibrous materials like hardwood or PVC, I'm on number 1. Number 2 is OSB or plywood. And number 3 is regular wood. We are going to be on number 3, which is the fastest setting. This is the blade we are going to use. For each of these 3 or 4 things, there is a special blade. This one has the most aggressive teeth, so that is going to be for soft woods, which is what this is. We'll talk about what soft woods are later on, right? The way this is inserted is there is a little collar right here. And if you look upside down, you will see how it looks like a cross, kind of. Alright, and then when you turn it, it's pointed up. So right now it's pointed this way, across, and then we want it to point this way so we can insert the T-shank into the actual, into that chuck so we can insert the blade. If you put the blade in this way, you'll notice the actual teeth are faced by this wheel. We do not want that. Teeth have to be out. They go out into the back of the wheel. If you notice, it won't go in. You push as hard as you can, it won't actually go in. The only way to make it go in is take this T, or this chuck, and you see how it just drops in? And then, we have to make sure, right now, that little lever is stuck. We need to turn it, and make sure this collar goes fully down and locks in. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. I'm going to try to finagle it. Give me a second. And there it goes. Hopefully I got that in the camera, but you can see it locks in. It's not completely this way. It's not completely in the front. It is perfectly in, and if you pull, it will not come out. Perfect. Now we got to be careful. It's plugged in. This is in. Safety glasses. Go on. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys right here for just a second while I set this up. We're gonna be cutting this in 2 parts, all right? Now, we are going to want to clamp as much as we can on the table. I just need a little bit. I am not going to put a lot of pressure down on this board. I just want to do a little bit. Let's take this. It's clamped. We're ready to roll. We got our safety glasses on. We just need to cut this out. A jigsaw is a blade that can be moved pretty freely. It's just a blade that moves up and down at a different speed. You do not want to start the jigsaw on the wood. You want to start a little bit off and go. And it kind of just grabs on and pulls into it. I am making relief cuts on either side. So when I do my actual cuts, I will not get bound up and have something really bad happen. Now, I'm going to do 4 relief cuts in total. And I'm going to cut it out, starting with this diagonal and moving to each relief cut. So from here to here, this part will fall. And from here to here, this part will fall. From here to here, that part will fall. And then from here all the way down to here, that part will fall. Okay? All right, you guys are on my head now. Now you can hopefully see everything. I made my relief cuts here. Now I'm going to make my cuts. Hopefully you guys can see. I am keeping 1 foot right on the board. And I make a cut. And I slowly pull out. You don't want to pull up. If you pull up, it'll kick back on you. And that's a problem because it gets a little scary. All right, let's go like this. Foot on there. See how that foot right there is on there? Foot on. Okay, you see the problem right there? You see how I lifted up right there and the whole board started moving and it didn't even start cutting? So I need to make sure this is super tight, more than before, right? And I need to make sure I have all my feet in place. And that was it, right? These little parts, these little marks right here can be due to the speed of the machine. What I didn't tell you guys is this machine has different speeds. If I move this up, it goes slow. The more I move it, the faster it goes. Isn't that crazy? It's like a Dr. Seuss novel. So we take this. And we cut that out. A lot of these rough edges we will take out when we sand, but first, I just want to do that. Now, you might have asked, why didn't I just take that curve? This machine doesn't curve that much. You want to take your curve slowly and steadily. And don't be afraid to cut different places. Now, let's go on. Okay, Garibaldi, why didn't you cut that? It was easier for me just to make that straight cut to that relief cut than to come in here. Now I can come this way and make that cut not a problem. Now we're going to reach a little bit of an issue here. And now let's go from here. This is just a straight cut straight down to that relief. Here we go. And that relief is now cut. So let's take this off. That's great. All right, looks good. Let's tighten this up. Now, before we go, same thing. I need to make some relief cuts. I'm gonna make a cut right here. And a cut right here. Look at that. Awesome. Let's keep going. I'm going to make this curve. I'm not going to make the complete curve. I'm just going to cut off here, and then I'm going to go down diagonal. Okay, cool. Okay, now I'm feeling snazzy. So I'm going to make another relief right here, and I'm going to come down, cut to here, and then do this loop, and I'll be done with that side. Let's do it. Done. Beautiful. Okay, let's get this done. I'm going to kind of make a curve as much as I can. If I can't complete the curve, I'm just going to keep going. All right. Looks like we had a little bit of chip out right here. So I'm gonna have to take this to the belt sander and sand. Right? You guys would sand hopefully by hand, which takes some time, but it gives you a cleaner, better result. Let's go with the belt sander. Let's clean this up. All right, we're here at the belt sander with our new fancy, you may have noticed this other side has another one drawn on it. Our new, not really new, but our fancy belt sander. This one, we gotta be super careful. This belt is going to move in this direction right here. And we're going to slowly start sanding everything over and making it look nice and pretty. Right? This sander is typically only used by advanced students because you can easily snap this belt with too much pressure. So, we're going to demonstrate it and use it right now. And that's it. That is our push stick. I'm going to come in after this video and I'm going to clean up this little area with some hand sanding and clean up a lot of these nooks, crannies, and make this a little bit more pleasant to hold. But it does its job and it's a solid project. That's how you do it, guys. All right. Leave a comment, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, all right, that's cool, Garibaldi, but why would I ever need to do that? You just traced and cut something out. Where would this work? Now, I want to show you guys something. I found this saw back in one of my back rooms over there, and this saw is old. It's an old, long back saw to make really big miter cuts, that sort of thing. It had a handle on it that looked like this. It was kind of broken. I found the pieces in the back room as well. I want to fix up this saw, get kind of looking new and kind of cool again, but I need a new handle. Well, how am I going to make a handle for this? Well, I already have the pieces. So why don't I just put the pieces on a board that's about the same thickness, trace, and make a new handle. So that's what I did. I traced around it with a pin, and I made a new handle that I will cut out with a jigsaw using the same exact skills that we did with the push stick. Tracing is the most basic of woodworking layout. A jigsaw is the most basic of precision cuts. With that, a bandsaw like this little benchtop bandsaw, I have a bigger one over there. A benchtop bandsaw does the same thing, just on a bench with a fence, that sort of thing. Right? Now, jigsaw is extremely important. Bandsaw is extremely important, but the layout is the absolute most important. I know I already finished off this video, but we're done now. I'll see you guys in the next one.